certain things. They're trying to be logical.
Now.
They're
not
so they're no more
emotional.
Emotional.
That's the word,
So what they're now doing, you know what? We have to be here, so let's just get logical.
Yes.
And then when you have two logical people,
there's nothing. Yeah.
You know, it's really terrible. So for every 10, 8 is singing the same song.
It's the same song. It's the same. And you see, the men are not willing and they're not ready to change their behaviors.
So that's why I thought about it. Was even that made me think, what do women really appreciate in the men? What is the essence of what's the importance of being in a relationship?
So.
Because the things that are actually supposed to be the reason why you're in a relationship,
they're not there.
They are not there. Loyalty.
Trust.
They're
not there.
Emotions.
Security. Sometimes I think it's just pressure. It's just, they say, do you understand, or what the society will say, I am 30-something, I'm going into 40, I'm not in a relationship, or I'm not married. Some people really, really deny themselves or lose themselves just so that they can fit into the society, just so that they can belong. Sometimes it is what happens, because the thing is that most people are not happy in marriages.
When you say most people are not married, are not happy, are the men equally happy?
No, it's what I'm saying. Even the men, the men.
So my question is.
I think what we're failing to understand is not the men being happy. Men are not looking for happiness.
You think so?
Not really.
No.
Men don't put happiness first. If the men did, we wouldn't be in this problem.
No, let me tell you what it is. The men think what they do makes them happy.
But you don't understand.
They actually do not know. So it is safer to say.
Happiness is not what men take as happiness.
But guess what? So if you notice, I've heard Sergio have certain conversations, and they say men are dying faster earlier than the women. And they say it's because of marriage. So the men have you see, we are speaking as women. Mm-hmm. The men are also thinking that it is the pressure, the unhappiness that they face, all they have to do in the marriage that is making them not live long. But guess what? They don't know what to do.
What do you mean they don't know what
to do? You don't
understand.
Understand. Let me explain it to you.
But they do what they do.
Wait, let me explain. So they have been programmed to think that this is what happiness is.
By making your woman feel small in the house.
So it's not. So you see.
By making sure that.
So let me tell you what it is. So I was speaking to someone who said, men are trained to think that they're the kings in a house. The ones who know. If you see a few men are actually intentional now are speaking out. You understand? That tells you that they did not know before. Now, it's just like in your house, the typical Igbo man will train his son. You understand that you are the first son. You understand? You are the one who decides what happens. So when he's not even married, you're already telling him that. Whether he's the first, even when he has elder ones, you understand, girls before him, he's addressed as the, what do they call them in Igbo land?
Sweetheart, I can't remember.
Okpara. Do you understand? So you take basically all the decisions. So imagine, Chente, that person now getting married, who has elder sisters, who he dominates because they have given him that title as the Okpara. Then you are getting married to a younger person.
Yeah.
Do you think he will think or he would understand that I am not that person even in my own house?
So what I think, what you're saying here is slightly different from what I'm trying to say. So you taking responsibility and being the man of the house. You taking responsibility and being the man of the house, yeah? It's okay if it's healthy in a way whereby I know I'm the man of the house. I need my respect. I tell you what to do, and I want to tell you what not to do. What I'm saying now is, what are you now in that position now saying?
That's what we're saying.
Yes.
This is that what we're saying.
What are you now building with that?
What we are now saying is,
it doesn't always have to be
What were they taught?
But wait, so no, wait. Well, the agent told me that the father, when they were teaching him that, was telling him.
Who is the father?
No, just hang on. So now you tell your son you are the man of the house, right? But does that is the father telling you that because you're the man of the house, you should segregate the women?
What is the father doing?
Yes.
What is the father doing?
Let me say
the father is doing exactly the same thing.
Let me say something. Yeah. Children,
do you get my point?
They watch. Children,
the father is doing exactly the same thing.
Children are seeing things. First of all, they see what the father does and they see how the mother reacts.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So you take it
home. They feel like, as a man, I would do something and my wife should not even react in a certain way.
And then if you see...
Why sometimes when men go into marriages, right, and their wife speaks, they're like, you shouldn't be doing it. Like, you should be... Do you know, like, you should submit to me. I should say something and you should stand.
Quiet.
Why? Because of sometimes they've seen that thing. And they see how their mother did not stand up for herself. How a lot of things happen in their childhood. So they're expecting it to repeat itself in their own marriage.
So what about the ones that said, I will not do this. This will not be me.
So so you see, also go back and check. You see, Tommy is always saying something. Tommy said the way he was trained by Tommy is always referring to his dad. Do you understand? Which is why Tommy is the man he is today. Sheyi is always saying if you notice all the men, they will tell you they saw their father do this. They saw their father do this. They saw their father do this. So they made an intentional effort.
To say, I will not be.
To say, I will not be. It's not like that thing is not there. It's there.
But they're fighting it every day.
But they're fighting it.
Every day.
So
now these ones that are behaving this way, why are they not fighting it?
Because
they love it. They like it.
But guess what? Even with the women, even with us, that's why we say sometimes we're enable. How many women are self-aware to even stop it? Some women think that's the ideal thing to do. Some women will tell you that if their husbands don't do those things, that means there's a problem.
Okay, let me say something.
Again. Okay. As the men, as the boy child is also watching, the girl child too is also watching the mother, looking at how the mother is reacting, thinking that should be the state of a wife.
Okay, let me add this just to what you were saying, Franca. So we had a discussion today, my sister and I, and Liet. So we're talking about. So there was a guy who was accused of beating his girlfriend. So he's not married, okay? And so he was on a show today with his wife, and then we saw how smitten he was. He was touching her. He was so sweet, and everything he was saying was amazing. So we started to wonder: are you sure this guy, is a woman beater? So apparently his ex-girlfriend had accused him of beating her, and now she's married, that ex-girlfriend, and now has a husband, and now the man is beating her too. So I said to my sister, there must be a problem, that this is not a pattern. Are you sure the problem is not from the girl, who thinks that love is about beating her? Because I said, it could be that she triggers it because she wants you to beat her because that's how she understands that you love me. So we have to look at it from that part as well. So you see, and I said to her that a man, then someone said, that's not the reason why he should beat her, I said, that's unfair. True. No, but it's unfair to the man. If you trigger me to the point of beating you, he's also human too.
Nobody say walk away.
No, everyone has such strength. No, because, Franca, if I come out, so women are allowed to fight, right? Men are not allowed to beat. No, if I slap you now, Franca, I should expect another slap from you. Yes. You then decide, then you then decide that, you know what, maybe your mental state, you say, no, I'm not going to bring myself to that level. And that's self-awareness. That's a decision that over time you have to take.
You are responsible for your reaction.
But most of the time, you cannot slap your husband and don't expect a slap back. You can't do that because he's a man. He's not supposed to beat. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, so I think why they say don't do that is because first things first, you would overpower her.
No, she shouldn't slap you.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You don't get... It's just the same way they say, don't dress indecently, if you
don't get raped.
go and don't get raped.
Yes.
Do you understand?
If I was going to the market and there were a lot of people there, I dare not wear small skirts.
But you see,
I will enable it.
You're exactly
so. If I'm an enabler, I should take the responsibility
when
if such things happen to me.
Well, you know, when it happens, we say, regardless of what she was wearing, you shouldn't have raped her.
But not everybody has the threshold to to not be provoked.
I totally agree.
I don't agree in this. I don't agree in this.
No, you don't
because
understand what I'm trying to say.
People that wear things that is flowing and they still get raped.
No, but you don't get my point. So what we're saying
you're moving to to a different angle.
Is,
don't enable it. Don't be an enabler. Just like in the home as well.
But even if you enable it, it's not an excuse.
Yes, it's just like your husband is cheating on you, and you've accepted maybe for the past 5 years. You know he's cheating, and you staying in the house. He's staying in the home. What do you expect? You enabled it from the beginning. You're not complaining 10 years after. No. What you trying to say?
No, but again, that I didn't complain doesn't mean he should cheat.
Which I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
And but now you're crying wolf now after 10 years.
Who they raped, did she allow it?
No, that's a different scenario.
Okay, so there's a story. I just saw a story now on social media. A girl said she went to a spa.
Mm-hmm.
And that she was harassed at the spa.
Mm-hmm.
That the masseuse who was supposed to be massaging her started to touch her. Yes, started touching her, but she did not react. She did not so she did not stop him.
Continued.
So he continued. She did not stop, but then she said something that somebody had told me before, that she has delayed response.
Yes, it happens.
Because I think some people are shocked, like, what is happening?
So, but when you didn't respond, what were you doing? And when he kept talking, how did you guys, how did you end?
Because the guy's not thinking you like it.
So when she went to the police station,
now.
So she went to the police station and then she complained. And then she mentioned that at the police station, they were like, what is a small girl like that going to look for massage?
Nigeria must happen to you.
You know, and that is now. So in the comment section, I heard people saying that, for crying out loud, why didn't you slap him? Why didn't you react? Reaction.
Because even, let's be honest with you, if there was a video, if it was videoed and they took it to court, she wouldn't win that case. They're obviously going to argue that it's delayed response, right? But you see, he continued because of his reaction.
Is he not supposed to
ask? Of course, see, what he's doing is already wrong. It's wrong because you're not supposed to be doing that in the first place.
Exactly.
That's not a place for such a thing.
So is it possible
he wasn't professional.
Is it possible that the girl didn't react because she did not want him to molest her or do more to her?
There are many reasons why people don't react. You know, there are many reasons.
So is it also possible for you to enjoy it and now realize that, you know what,
I don't like it? Yes, it happens as well.
And then whose fault is it? That you enjoyed it, but later realized that you don't want it?
Yes. So you see, sometimes it's out of the fact that she feels ashamed now.
But nobody knew about it.
No, you feel ashamed sometimes. So you see, when you now get to the wind of it and realize what has happened, you start to replay it and over, you now maybe feel some sort of shame. You now feel taken advantage of. It comes as delayed response as well. These are one of the things that you then decide that. You then decide that I don't like it or I didn't ask for it. Things start to play in your head to say, no, but I didn't ask for it. But at that time, you enjoyed it. It happens in many rape cases, even with people who are in relationships. It does happen. Maybe there's a tape or whatever, she enjoyed it. She could see her morning and, you know, she wasn't struggling. Everything was lovely. 3 hours later, she calls the police and says, I was raped. So you see, those things are very, very...
With these things we have just discussed, so it's very difficult to actually say what women... I don't think two women want the same thing from a man.
What I would say, like I said earlier on here, there's a foundation, there are basics in which I think every woman wants something from a man.
Because the woman who wants the man to beat her does she want a nice man?
No, she wants a violent man.
Maybe.
Chente, please. Okay, so explain. What do you mean by maybe?
I mean, so I think people sometimes define nice by different things. A nice man can be somebody that gifts her, that buys her things that is possibly good to her. But because of possibly what she has been through, she feels like beating her can be like a form of correcting her. And so he's nice, he buys me things, in a way he loves me, right? But I mean, you're being abused.
So I know people who. Okay, Chente, you were trying to say something. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, right? So she might still want a nice man. I mean, it depends on how she defines what a nice man is, right? So yeah.
So I think there are people who like that beating because of the makeup sex.
Yes. I was counseling someone, let's say 2 months ago, and she said that was one of the things she always look out for. Oh yeah, when they quarrel, what it gives to her, like when they're just loving each other normally, it doesn't. But you see, when he beats her after an argument, and then they get into that is the best thing that happens to her.
So did she explain why there has to be beating for? Is it different when he beats her?
She just said the whole rush, the adrenaline rush, like it's always something else. It's really something else.
It's I think it's more aggressive. That more aggressiveness because yes, he's putting a lot angry. Of effort. No, angry.
Yes, because
the adrenaline rush.
It's still there because they were just upset.
She's angry.
They're just upset. They're
both
upset,
of them
angry.
They've not reconciled before.
No, there's no reconciliation. So now they're arguing. Maybe she thinks he's cheating on her. Okay, and she's a violent person. So she's fighting and angry. She can throw the phone and everything. He's upset, he's angry, and they keep shouting, screaming at one another. Before you know it, he shoves his mouth into hers.
Tearing each other apart.
And she's still angry and pushing him, and he's turning her around, tearing her clothes, and doing all of that.
My God.
Kind of thing.
What is wrong with
Tell me you watched 50 Shades of Grey without telling me you watched
Chente, why are you on the edge? Are you okay? Tell me.
You need to have seen Chente on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay,
she likes when the argument gets to that point. Not all the time, but when there's a fight and an argument and it gets to that point, she always looks.
So do they always settle after that?
So they came for therapy because she said to think that it was not normal. She has a kid at home, a daughter, and he could take her anywhere, even in the kitchen. I said, that's not, this is not great. And they shout and screaming, and the girl is there. Anyway, the idea was she thinks that there must be a problem.
Do they now settle after that? She forgets the cheating and everything.
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. Come on, everything's fine. And then from there, he starts to tell her, she starts to tell him how much she loves him. She would die without him. He would say also, I would die without you, and things like that.
Oh, my God. Some people need to be flogged. Like
so imagine.
Sit them down and flog them.
They say, we need to do census of people that need to go to Ikeja.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand. So I honestly understand the makeup sex, but I don't understand the tearing of the clothes. Even the makeup hug, even the makeup gist, it's nice because you have missed the person. Do you understand? So, Chente, for example, if I don't speak to you for 6 months, the day we get to speak is interesting. We're excited about it because we have not spoken for a while. Same way you extend it to hugs, extend it to sex and every other thing. So I honestly just think that some people are mad.
No, true. No, as in, I don't even argue that one with you. Some people need to be dealt with. Like, their therapy is just when they sit down on your couch, you just carry cane and say, bring out your hand.
But the thing is, you see, it doesn't sit well with you. But some people,
Okay,
that's all they know.
It's not like, funny enough, I think I've gotten to the point where I'm very liberal. Anything goes. Do you understand? Yeah. That it works for you is, I'm just going to try and understand it from your point of view.
Exactly.
I am not, but I just know that I can't do it.
Yes, of course.
For me, I won't do it. But it's okay if you can take it. Why not?
So such a person, you cannot tell such a person, like now, she came because she knows that, okay, something is wrong. Aside from the fact that we always quarrel and then we do this and everything is fine, we still go back to the same issue. It's never settled. At least she came, she knew that, okay, let's stop covering it, putting it under the cover with this whole thing that we do. Because it looks like they don't really talk. They just do that and then everything is fine. Then after like maybe a month or even 3 weeks, they're back again at the same topic. The insecurity.
Are they back again?
The mistrust.
Are they back again, or he triggers something again?
How do you mean?
Okay, so it's one thing for him to do it. She knows about it and they settle, but he never goes back there.
So what happens is, so to her, she's now satisfied. Whatever it is she wanted, she feels, okay, it's fine now. He really loves me.
So, but you don't understand. What triggers it is that she finds out something else again. So he continues.
No, he doesn't change. Because the problem has not been addressed. He uses that to as a way to get out of the problem at hand.
But what if? So I also know people that they actually have conversations, and they say, "Oh, it was a mistake," and blah blah blah, and then he goes back.
It was never a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. I don't know. We had this conversation one time, and I told you, babes, he knows what he's doing. Clearly, the same way I say to you, when men mistreat women, try to strip them of their self-esteem, self-confidence, and so much more. He knows what he's doing.
So what I think is, what he's doing, he's waiting. So she has to do something drastic for him to get to understand what it is. And what I mean by something drastic is, for example, my wife is cheating. As far as she has not packed her things out of the house, I don't get to stop.
No, but guess what? Your behavior doesn't even make him stop.
No, sometimes. So that's when they think you understand.
It's stop just for that time, just get you back to in line.
So are you saying that there are people who cheat never stop, never change?
It's very difficult.
Chente, do you agree?
You know what? Let me ask you a question.
Now what?
Listen,
somebody who
you need to understand that cheating
and realizes that, oh, I'm cheating and my wife doesn't like it. Some people do that. People never genuinely stop.
No, I think if somebody is intentional about them stopping,
they will stop.
Yes, they will. They will. But it's
when
they are not
when they feel that
when
someone doesn't think that is a problem, even if you say it's a problem, he can never understand that it is a problem unless he sees and thinks that it is a problem.
No,
to him, a lot of men give different reasons. Yes, but come on, most of all the marriages in the world that have gone through divorce, it's all about cheating. That's what are we saying? Look at it, 99.9% is cheating. It's cheating, and women leave, and they marry another one, and women leave, and they get married. It's the same. They know that it is a threat to the family, to his
In fact,
marriage.
There's a trend. I think there's a trend on social media where the man says that I've been seeing guys say, a man would never leave his wife. The man will never marry a side chick, but he would create a problem with his wife because of a side chick. Have you seen it? It's around.
No, the word never. We shouldn't use never because men actually marry their side chicks.
So this one, I'm saying what happened. There's a trend on social media that
the
man will never marry a side chick or has no intention of marrying the side chick, but is willing to break his home because of a side chick. Does it make any sense?
But it's just psychology. That's a psychological comment.
No, but it makes sense saying you are not ready to marry the side chick, but you're ready to scatter your home.
Yes.
So why do you even have a side chick?
At that point in time, I'm betting you, that marriage does not... when we say these things, it looks as though, we're against the institution. No. I believe that any man who starts to cheat on his wife has put the marriage to the curb. Yes, he doesn't value that marriage anymore. But you see, we human beings, we don't like the truth. We don't like the truth. We like to live, we just like to live in a bubble. It helps us with life. I'm telling you. But we know the truth. Any man, and take it out there, and women should start to learn, stop all this ruckus, all this, he needs to distress. It's because of stress. The woman is nagging. No. Any man who starts to cheat on his wife, he doesn't value that marriage anymore.
And the woman, both ways.
Anybody who cheats don't value the marriage anymore. They're just hanging on for reasons which could be financial, emotional, or a partner, someone just to be there, or just the idea of being married, or the kids, They're not other reasons, but not for that singular reason of love, loyalty, trust, all those things that partners expect from one another. All those foundational things is gone. Literally. I see husbands and wives, they live in the same house, and they're like roommates. Many marriages, they're like roommates. They are. All those things that a woman... yes, just cohabiting together. They might as well be paying splitting the bills for the rent. Let's say the truth. When a man and a woman starts to sleep, because guess what? You're taking the energy, that unity, that source out of the home. You guys have come together, promising yourself loyalty, trust, being my, Yeah, you fail in all of these things. It means the marriage is done. Everything that was founded upon that marriage, it's all gone. It's all gone. So you see, that's why I like the white community, When you start to cheat, most of them, they just say...
They are not scared to say,
you cheat and everything. Okay, all right then, that's the end. They know it's the end. They just pack their bags and say, all right then, and they go. Nobody tells them, oh, don't go, another woman will take your wife. In a country like Nigeria, that the poverty level is so high, another woman's ready to move in because she's looking for somewhere else for shelter.
They look for where to live.
But yes.
Chente, so you see, Chente is good to kill me. When he wants to do this nonsense, he will not say it in pidgin English. She they find where to put her head.
Yes. Either maybe she's running away from a
eh?
dysfunctional family. She's tired of being with her parents, or she's in school. She doesn't know what next to do in her life, or she wants to start this business and she wants a man to fund it. There are reasons, many reasons. But you see, the core reasons why people should stay married, it's all been depleted every day.
Okay, so honestly, you see, with these conversations, can we really say what women appreciate in men?
Because at the end of the day, it's not
Chete,
there anymore.
what did you say? You said no?
No, I say Omo is, to be honest, is a man that can take care of me and my children.
Yeah. It's the bitter truth. We have come to that place.
And
that is for this society, because let's be honest, if it was in the UK, government would take care of your kids.
Okay, so
school fees is on them.
So let's say this: if what the women want or appreciate in their husband is someone who is financially okay to take care of the kids, then why do they end the marriage because of cheating?
Now, let's be honest with you. Like I always say, for every time a woman marries a man, most of the men women marry, they don't really love them.
You don't get my
point. No, I'm getting somewhere. You're saying, why is she upset that he's cheating on her? Yes, because first of all, don't you know when a man cheats on a woman, it takes away her self, takes something from her.
If she's getting married, listen, what do women appreciate in men? And if we are saying that the women don't really need anything, or there's nothing, it's just someone who can take care of me and my children.
But it's not always the case.
Okay, so that's what I was getting to.
Because it's not always the case.
Because you know why? When you guys came together, even if it's for that 3 months or whatever time you guys spent together, there was some sort of, butterflies in her tummy, thinking that whatever you told her is the truth, which most of the time is a lie. So he's going to tell you, I love you, you're the only woman in my life, I will do anything, So all of those words will stimulate something in her that she will not start to trust you. And that's the problem. So she now believes that you're her person. Because let's be honest with you, you're already fighting the world. You're already fighting, the enemies. You want a safe place where nobody will come in there. She's protecting her space. You know what I mean? I don't have to fight here again. Just like a man says, I don't have to go home again and I get a nagging wife. I need a safe space. Women also need that. Now, this is our safe space. We brought another woman into it. Yeah. Do you understand? So you see, what is it then?
I don't really feel more.
I don't feel safe anymore.
Okay, so
you're giving out what we cherish, what is ours.
So, but do you think that if so I was speaking to the person I was speaking to yesterday, she said, that honestly, if we would introduce open marriages to a lot of marriages, it would feel better.
Yes. I believe so.
I'm sorry, Chente, if you wanted to say something, just add this quickly. At some point when a man now obviously there's distrust, is cheating and so much more, she'll not feel that she has cheated herself. And then she'll start feeling caged. That's why you see the frustration and the annoyance and so many other things. She starts shouting at the kids. She starts nagging because she feels cheated now. Because you're doing other things. You're living another life. Why can't I do mine? Obviously, she doesn't want that, but now it looks as though she's not forced into it. Even if she never wanted it. Because she now feels cheated, that, oh, this man cheated me. There's no relationship that's the case, that the woman won't feel that way. So what happens now? If I go into a marriage with a contract that if such a thing were to happen, this, that, I'll feel good. I won't feel cheated.
Okay, so are we saying that what women will appreciate in Nigeria right now is an open marriage?
No, I can't really say that. That's too much. No, I can't really say that. But I believe they would appreciate.
No, so let's not make it an open. So women would appreciate if men are able to take what they dish.
Yes. Yes, more like
better
it.
Put. Yes.
More like it.
So if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. If you love me, I would love you. And if you cheat on me, I would cheat on you.
But I told you that's my way. I told you about mirroring. You don't tell about mirroring. I told you it's mirroring.
But
it's
a
safer place.
It's for people who need to go to Ikeja.
Yes, no, but
energy for energy.
Energy for energy.
But it's important. It helps you. It's like it's a safe place for you to operate from. Because Franca, not all women are mentally sane to be in a place which is being cheated on. It's too much. It's draining. It can completely lose her. A lot of women are in the mental homes. People are in jail, because they were triggered and they did something because of just that reason, cheating. It's not every woman that can take it. So I tell you, the best way, coping mechanism, I told you, mirror the energy.
So that's what I'm saying. So what will women, so back to everything we have
cheated.
said. So from everything we have said, are we saying that what a lot of women will appreciate,
not being cheated, not in the sense of sexual,
because we have all we have been speaking about is loyalty,
trust,
blah blah blah. But we know these things are not there.
Don't you know?
So why are we just pretending that these things are there? So are we saying, is it okay to say that a lot of women would appreciate would appreciate that the husbands be ready, the terms are clear.
Yeah.
And that the man should be ready to take what he's dishing. If you're loving me, I'm loving you in return. If you're spending money for me, I would equally be spending for you according to what I have.
Okra for okra.
Okra for okra. Ewedu for ewedu.
Ewedu for ewedu.
Marriages will work.
And then if you're cheating on me, oh baby, let's fly there.
Yeah.
I mean, two can play this game.
Maybe even tell me what is in the market. Maybe I can try it in my own end. You know what I mean?
This girl is not well. She said, "Tell me what's in the market. Maybe I can try it out."
Maybe tell me what you're going to do with your girls.
So exactly. So what we're saying is, women would actually want men to take what they dish.
Yes. The frustration women are having is because they feel they are cheated. That they're
so
not
are we saying that men are not frustrated, are not equally frustrated?
Of course men are frustrated. There's some women that are ridiculous, some women. Oh my goodness. They're even the ones cheating. Yeah. We are just looking at it from the point of a woman and a man.
But if a woman is cheating, the man can cheat now. He has a license, like stamped license from government.
No, but some men don't want to. No, it's a lie. Hey. Some men are very intentional about not cheating.
You don't get my point. I say they already have the license.
But they want to use it.
Who gave them the license?
Federal government.
I was stupid. I was going to say something now.
What did you say?
I was going to call someone who gave them the license. I don't know to shut us down from the Senate. Oh my God, I'm so silly.
But seriously, so I think that, honestly, like I said, speaking to women, but I just feel that that being said, I feel a lot of women speak from a place of pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Given that opportunity, they still won't cheat.
Exactly.
No, you don't say that. Don't say women. That's a huge generalization. Women are cheats.
No, you don't get my point. When I mean, so they speak from a place of hurt most times.
True.
And let me tell you the truth. Regardless of the gender, Jacinta, if na man they cheat, if na woman they cheat, the day you openly say license to cheat,
they won't cheat.
They won't cheat.
Because now there's no fun anymore.
It is when you have to hide it.
So you know that I heard that there is a saying that says before a woman cheats, she must have in one way or the other fallen out of love, or in one way or the other like disconnected from the man. But a man doesn't have to feel disconnected to cheat. Like a man can just go and cheat, and that's why
emotional beings.
They don't fall in love with their side chick.
Unless
that is why sometimes it's harder for them to cheat because
So I understand.
I accept that it's harder for women to cheat.
I understand that it's harder, but trust me, women have now become men.
Of course.
That will cheat and still come home and love. In fact, just the same way they say men can love 4 or 5 women, women can love 10 men.
But I know where it's coming from. You see, the way we're programmed, Franca, we're not programmed to be like men. Men are logical beings. They're wired to be.
Women have now learned to be logical.
Yeah, but see, majority of women are still functioning under that whole emotional brouhaha, to be honest. But the women who are now like men, obviously, they have more the masculine energy.
Let me say something. When I said now that even given the opportunity, a lot of women will not cheat, you said women are cheaters.
No, women are cheats.
That's what you said, that women are cheats. So what number of women are cheats?
A majority of women.
Majority of women, don't they have emotions?
They do, but you see, like, wherever they are at that point in time, it depends on what they're there for. A woman who is in love, not all women that marry men are in love with them. I was going to say that before.
So my point is...
So yes, so now come to that. Yeah, so depending on where you are. But any woman, a woman who is in love, I'm talking about in love, she will never cheat on you.
You don't get my point. So what we're saying is, we said a lot of women have now become very logical.
Yes.
So as much as we have...
needs before anything else.
Exactly. Yeah. And then guess what? Because when we say... The way this is not the first time you're saying women are cheats.
Oh yeah, women are cheats.
Good. So the way you are saying women are cheats, I can tell you that if I ask you now, that give me numbers, like you would tell me that 70% of the women are now cheating.
True. Yeah.
That's a huge number.
It's actually rising every day.
Exactly.
But you don't blame them too. Most of them do it out of, what is available to them.
Let's not blame. See, just the same way we blame men, we will blame women. Everybody carry your baton.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah, everybody carry your cross. So the same way we blame them. So you don't have a right. So I just feel that, I don't know, people say that, it's either white or black for me. I don't think that is what it is. See, if you're not ready for something, just...
But that's not the case. No matter how much we drum what we're saying, it's not the case. The thing is, people know what they're supposed to do, expected to do, but they don't do it. That's the problem we're having here. No, expectations are high.
My point is, if I'm with someone...
You expect.
If I'm with you and we agreed on something and then you bridge it, I'm not going to feel bad to come to you to tell you that almost you don't break our one on our street, both of us go deal. I'm not scared to do that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm really not scared to do that. And guess what? I will not hide it.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. You cheat on me.
I'm on the street as well.
No.
Oh my God.
What did I take, grow?
What is wrong with you? No, but I love it. It's like I said again, mirroring. I still would say the same word.
Do you understand? So, but I will not. So I don't. So they say even if you have to do it, don't show it. No.
I
go show and pass. So.
Do you understand? Because I don't understand. Don't show it. I would not. So because the minute I start to hide it, I'm doing exactly the same thing you did.
You're doing
exactly.
Yeah. I'll tell you that.
I will tell you that you
I
know
will
what,
own
for
it.
this time. Yes, I will own I will own it.
You're the one who's sneaking around.
You're the one who's
I don't
sneaking
have time
around.
to
So I'm
sneak
going to tell you, darling, see, I don't know how to hide these things. And you know why I'll do that? So it tells me my target has to be high so that when you see the person I'm cheating with, oh yeah, like, oh no, now it's worth it. Do you get my point?
You're not bad though for this game.
No, but see, it's just common sense.
Yeah.
When you begin to hide it, so what are you hiding? This is somebody who has done so. Because when you hide it, what are you trying to do? You're trying to be that person, and you're trying to something you have condemned.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you're doing. You just condemn something. You understand? You just exactly. Because you're telling the person to own it.
Yeah.
So why don't you want to own it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So because I honestly don't get why people say you don't have to hide it. You don't have.
See, let me tell you something. Whenever I am about to get into a relationship with anyone, because to me, what I want 3 months ago, I might not want it, in the next month. I'm like that. I can be like that, and so I like to state things according to how it is. I don't. Okay, let me just not go too far, but let me just say this. I like to, from the beginning, tell you how it is. If I'm in a relationship, and then I want to pick up another relationship, I'll let you know that I'm in a relationship. And the reasons why I even want to pick up another one is because maybe something is not so great in the other relationship. Yeah. So I would tell you, if you want to continue the chase,
that's fine.
Keep going. If you don't want to, you go.
Yeah, it's not.
Then if we're in that relationship, don't ask me about the other relationship. If I decide you're nice, or I decide that you're good enough, then I might then say, okay, let's see if I can drop the other one for you.
Isn't that big? You're not case study. He said I would drop the other. Chita, you hear your sister?
Oh,
I can see you.
Because you know what?
Jacinta,
I love understanding.
No,
because see, Frank, I hate deception so much so that even close to me, I fidget. So that I tell you all this so that I don't have to hide my phone.
Exactly.
You see, that act of hiding my phone every minute upside down, putting
not me.
So that you know, so if you see I love you on my phone screen, just walk away.
Just don't
even ask me what's going on there. Because I took my time to explain to you where I am. Do you know what I mean? I hate all that in the bathroom. I take my phone to the bathroom.
Oh, no,
how can you be living that kind of life?
That's why I said I can't do that. If I the truth is, I would tell
what you're doing.
So the truth is, somebody's chasing me, I'll tell you. So I'm going for lunch, I'll tell you. But I won't cheat. But if I catch you cheating,
it's just like a license to do so.
You understand? I'm going to say, brother.
But can we look at this fact?
We have come to the point where
the T-junction.
We have come to the T-junction where.
But I feel that
we don't need to hide these things anymore.
But I feel that I would say that never cheat because of someone else is cheating. No, I'm just saying not for you, not you.
Yeah.
It's just my advice. Like I would give an advice. If truly you don't want to cheat, don't cheat because your husband or your wife is cheating. I know I'm going to. Yeah, don't. Because then
you
regret it.
Yes, you will regret it. Make sure that if you want to cheat, you want to. It's something you want to explore with your full chest. So that even if the consequences come, you know that I did it for me.
Jacinta, but guess what? We have already agreed that nobody cheats without knowing what they want.
But that's what I'm saying now, that you might not
want to cheat. It's
when
you get caught.
No, see, you might not want to cheat. Like there are times that even just like I've been in a relationship. Oh my goodness.
Change the last thoughts, please.
So I'm just gonna say, right, I know that we talked about kindness. I think that people should look for kind people, right? And I know that there is a saying that some people can hide, they can maneuver, they can make you feel like they are all they want, or they are all you want, right? And if you're in that case and you enter that kind of marriage and the person starts showing you their real color, know that it is not a do or die affair. That is what I want. Know that it's not a do or die affair. I'm not going to die here because of what the community is saying. Know that you can still say I'm not doing and find your way out. So,
nice. Jacinta, your last thoughts?
I'll just say that do you. Choose you. What makes you happy? There's no need manipulating the situation, hiding. Just come out to say, I want to be in a relationship with more than one person. I want this, I want that for myself. It will make everything easier at the end of the day, and even for your partner too, when they know who you are.
Okay, so we actually do not have time, but I just feel that a lot of women will appreciate if the men would, 50-50. What you do, your partner can do. Life will be a lot easier. Honesty. Well, we're in Nigeria, so we really can't say much.
I know.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow.